What's up, YouTube? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and tuning in. And I appreciate it so much because this is my first ever YouTube video, and I'm doing the most to get this video up because for whatever reason my videos that I'm recording on my iPhone are not able to upload on my laptop, and it gets me so frustrated because the quality of these videos are awesome. But anyways, I digress. So you probably clicked on this video because you are probably going through the same thing I was. As you can tell by the title of the video, is the beginning of my spiritual journey. Now, this is something that I've been living every day for like 2.5 months now. And I just kind of want to share my experience, and I wanted to document my experience not only for you guys but also for myself, so when I have those times with doubts and all that, like I have somewhere to reference to and remind myself of all the experience that I've had and how this cannot possibly be fake, how this in fact is 100% real, right? So I just wanted to make this video, yeah, for you guys but also for myself. I have my little amethyst pen thing here. I just purchased it. It's very special to me. I got it in Mexico, actually. I just came back from there last week. So this little pen thing, I call it a wand. It is so awesome, isn't it? It's like super cool. Like, this is dope as hell. And I just like it because it makes me feel secure when I talk. Like, it makes me feel like a boss bitch, damn near, you know. But yeah, I think I want to start off with my story just a little bit. But first, let me talk about a little bit. I'll get to my story, but just let me say something a little bit about myself. So like I mentioned, my name's Joanna, or Joy. My family calls me Joy, whichever one you want to call me. I did just change my Instagram name to, so it's like easier, like it coincides together with my YouTube name, Life with Joy 88. So if you want to find me on my Instagram, you can always find me at Life with Joy 88, in JOY and then two double eights, you know. But that's where you can find me. That's my name, and I'm 31 years old, Aquarius, from the Bay Area. Born in Oakland, raised in San Francisco. Like my whole adolescence went there for middle, high school. Elementary, middle, and high school, and moved out to the East Bay in 2012, and I've been out here ever since. But yeah, kind of getting into my story and why I want to put this out there, right? And why I want to document it. I guess I can start from the beginning. So I've always been a loner, a person with a lot of anxiety, and I can never figure out like why. You know what I mean? Like, I'll feel all this anxiety and all this worry, and I feel like I was like a piece of shit ass person, but I couldn't figure out like why. Like, why did I feel like I'm such a bad person? You know, why do I feel this anxiety? Why do I feel this scaredness, right? And when I was a little girl, like, I was scared of like spirituality and spirits and things like that, you know, like tarot or whatever. Like, I was scared to death. I was scared to death of ever experiencing anything like that. But that's because I was trained that it's like not real and don't listen to it and it's all in your head and blah blah blah, right? Like most of us were. I'm sure a lot of you watching this video were probably raised that way as well. So anyways, I grew up a lot in the last couple of years. I had my daughter, my first child, I had her in 2017. She's 2 years old. She's sleeping in the back right now. I don't know if you can see her feet. But anyways, having a child makes you grow up and, teaches you a lot about yourself. So right now I'm like rapidly like growing. I also made a big decision in September of 2018, so last year, to have gastric bypass surgery. And that was like a big moment in my life because I've always been big. I'm still big. I was bigger. But, to make a decision like that and to go through the process, and to actually get it done, because that wasn't easy either, and it was expensive, you know what I mean? So that taught me a lot in terms of growth. So anyways, I've been having a job uh, now for almost a year at the place where I'm currently at. But this place recently went through a owner change. The company was sold to a new person, so there was a lot of stuff like going on in my job, like people trying to show off and trying to like show their muscle to impress the new owner, right? So my boss, needless to say, was kind of like coming down on all of us a lot. Like she was being like a bitch, basically, damn near. So, anyways, I'll go to work every day feeling so much anxiety and so much stress when I was there. Like so much so that it started turning into physical pain. Like I'll get like my throat would start to lock in, and then I'll get a lot of pain in my neck and in my shoulders, but it was like horrible. A lot of like pressure in my head, and I'll just feel like shit when I was there, and I'm still there right now. I don't know if I'm gonna go back because, like I mentioned, I just came back from vacation. Anyways, like as soon as I arrived, I started feeling so much like physical pain, and then like I'll leave from work and I'll still like carry it with me, and I'll feel all this freaking anxiety and shit. And I was just like, man, like what's going on? Like I know we're going through a change, but why am I carrying so much? Why do I feel like such a shitty person? Why do I feel like I just got so much anxiety and stress, just thinking about it is putting me back there, and you know. So anyways, I was having a lot of, and I'm still am having like some type of like of financial issues and stuff, because I'm a person that likes nice things. Like I like to spend, like pretty much. So anyways, I was talking to my coworkers one time, and they were discussing how they got like money stones, citrine, and how they had like a lot of faith. Well, one specific coworker was saying how she had a lot of faith in it because it started working. Like she said she found money unexpectedly. She had like a check waiting for her in the office. Like she had no idea. I saw her, and everybody saw when she got a promotion with this new boss. Like mind you, she never expected it. I witnessed it. I was like, oh damn, like okay, wow. And then she said she was at the grocery store, and the man in front of her like paid for her groceries. So she was having like all this like all these like little miracles happen to her, and she felt as if it was because of the citrine she got, because she had a lot of faith in it. So I was like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna go get some too. So then I just had it in my head that like I wanted to, but I never really took myself like seriously about it until one day, kid you not, like I guess I was so tired of feeling the anxiety and all that. Like I don't know how, and I don't even know how to explain it, but like I kind of just started driving to the store like she had mentioned. Like it was like on a mission type shit. You know what I mean? Like it was weird, but like I knew I had to go there that day for some reason. Like it was like divine intervention, if you can believe that. So I pulled up to the store, and then obviously I went directly to like where all the like stones and crystals and all that were, and I just felt like I needed to be there. Like God had me there for a reason. Like I don't even know how else to explain it. It was just simply that. So then I started talking to the receptionist girl there. She's a young, nice girl, you know, she's probably like in her 20s or so. And she seems like really, she seemed really cool and kind of like a little bit kind of to herself and apprehensive, because she probably gets like a whole bunch of different kinds of people at that store, you know. I'm sure some are like really into spirituality, into the craft, but there's also some people that probably, you know, don't know what the hell they're talking about, what the hell they're doing, and probably some loonies in there as well. I don't know. So I think she was trying to figure out which one I was, you know. So I asked her, I asked her if it was okay if I guessed what her zodiac sign was, you know. I just kind of wanted to prove to myself, like, is spirit here? Like, do I got it? Is this real, you know? Like, let me just work my skills, you know. And I always ask people like what their zodiac sign is, but it's very rare at that point it was really rare for me to guess what the other person is, you know, like out loud to them. In my head I'm always guessing like, oh, I think this person's this or whatever, but to tell somebody that, and like to tell somebody if I can guess what they were, like that was really different for me at that point. But I had the balls to do it then. Like I felt like God was calling me to do it, you know. So like she agreed, kind of hesitant, but like she agreed. And then I told her, I said like, I'm getting the feeling that you're a fire sign. And then she goes, yep, you know, like hella like cool. And I said, I'm getting that you're an Aries. And then she says, yeah, she's like very good, you know, like very much in that demeanor. And I was shooketh. I was shocked. I was like, oh, snapples. I knew it. I knew God wanted me to be right here. I knew spirit, the universe, the cosmos, divine wanted to for me to be here today, you know. And then I asked her, I said, like, can I ask you a favor? I said, is it okay if you guess what I am? Because I always have that kind of, I always wonder what people think I am just by looking at me. Like, I can never tell how other people perceive me, you know? And that's an issue I have with myself. But, you know, I'm working through it, and I've worked through it quite a lot since then. But she said, yeah, sure. So she looks at me and she says, I'm feeling that you are either an Aquarius or Pisces. And I was shocked. I was like, wow, you are very good. I said, I am an Aquarius sun, but I also have a Pisces Venus. So I could very much see why she got both, you know? Like, well, it makes sense. And I was just so impressed. I was so freaking impressed that she was able to read me, you know? Like, I was like, damn, like, this shit's real. Like, this is not, like, this is really happening right now. Like, at this moment, like, it's happening, you know? The spirit, the divine, like that other side that our parents told us like not to listen to, and that it wasn't real. Like I was fully tuning in, and I was like getting it, and she was getting me too, and it was just cool. Like it was like dope as hell, and I couldn't believe it. And I'm looking around the store and all that, like I'm looking around the store, and then I go to the tarot card decks, and like at that point everything was like freaking new to me. I was like, I wasn't even sure. I was kind of scared, but like I don't know, just something told me to go play with them, to go look at them. And they have like demos of all the decks that they carry there, you know. So there was this Rider Waite deck, like very traditional, you know. They have all types. I didn't even know they had all types. I thought it was just that one. But they have like zombie ones, angel ones, butterfly ones, Native American ones. Like they have all types. Anyways, I was drawn into this one deck, and like I go play with it, and kid you not, the star card popped out. And I know because I watch a lot of like YouTube videos with like tarot card readers and zodiac signs that the star represents Aquarius. So I was just shocked. I was like, oh snap, I was like, this deck's talking to me. Like, and they say, now I know, like at that point I didn't know, but now that I'm like in this world and stuff, they say that you don't pick the deck picks you. And I very much believe in that moment that deck picked me all the way around. So I decided to purchase it. So as I'm purchasing it, there's a whole bunch of like business cards in the front, like by the register. And I asked the girl, I was like, oh, these are all local readers? And she's like, yeah. And then I said, do you guys have one in house? And she's like, actually we do, we have an in-house reader every day. And I was like, whoa, you know, like I was like hella interested. And she's like, she's actually on her lunch right now, but she'll be right back. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, and she's really, really good. She's like, trust me, like she's really good. And at this point I had trust the girl, right? Because she read me. She knew I was an Aquarius and a Pisces, you know what I'm saying? Like, so at that point, like I trusted her, and she was like hella enthusiastic about how good the reader is. So I couldn't pass out. I was like, the time is now. Like, whatever I need to ask, I'm gonna ask right now. I need to know why I can't shake off this feeling of anxiety. I need to know why I can't shake off this feeling of being like a bad person, you know? I was like, I'm tired of feeling unworthy or like bullshit, you know? Like, I need to know. I need to ask somebody. So sure enough, the lady came back, and I introduced myself and all that, and we went back there, and she gave me a reading. And one of the first things she said was that I'm an empath. An empath, at that point I didn't even know what an empath means, you know. She let me know that I'm an empath, and I pick up other people's energies. I'm able to feel the energy in the room, you know. And it makes so much sense. And she's like, and you need to know, she's like, you need to figure out, and you need to know how to distinguish what's yours and what's other people's, because what you're saying you're feeling is because you're carrying around other people's bullshit. And I was like, shit, it made total sense, because I wasn't really going through like the most at my job, because like I'm entry level, so my shit's not like, my job duties are not that stressful. But my coworkers around me, they have other responsibilities, and the bosses were coming out like really hard on them. So like they were really stressed out, and I can feel their stress. Their stress was literally passing over to me, you know. And since then, since I'm aware that I pick up other people's energies and all that, like I make it a point to meditate every single day, and to sage myself and all that, so I can distinguish and not carry around other people's bullshit. And kid you not, since I found that out, I haven't felt the same type of anxiety since then. I haven't felt the same type of neck pain since then. You know what I mean? Like, it's totally different. I haven't felt that bad since then, and it's been like 2.5 months now, you know what I mean? So yeah, I very much believe that I am an empath. And she did let me know that I'm like a healer as well, that I come from a family of healers. I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I know that I'm very much interested in tarot. And then I've gone to tarot kind of like classes and meetings where, sorry, my dog's outside, where like other ladies that are interested or can do tarot go in, and we like just chat and read each other. And there's like all different type of ladies, like all different ethnicities, all different ages, young, old, Latino, Asian, black, white, you name it. It's just a whole bunch of different ladies, spiritual ladies from all walks of life that can do tarot. So then I would practice with them. I've only been like to 2 classes, but I practiced with one girl, and she was my age, and she was really cool. She was Mexican and French, actually. Not Mexican, but I always wondered if I was French. And she kind of like, I don't know, like spirit told me, yeah, I have like some French descendants as well, which I think is pretty cool. You know, I haven't like fact checked it, but I just feel it in my spirit that I am. Anyways, and she was really impressed by my reading, and I was like, what? Like, I can really do this? Like, it's just a matter of like feeling what the other, like feeling what the card is saying, you know what I mean? And that makes sense, because that goes with what an empath is, you know. And for those of you that are scared like about future readings and things like that, like honestly, like tarot card readers don't know anything that you don't know already, because we're just picking up on your energy. And mind you, this is a talent that I just figured out, that I didn't know, that I didn't believe in. Nothing. Like my whole entire life, I did not believe in it. Like, if you knew my dad, like he's the most damn near atheist person ever, you know. And yeah, I wouldn't listen to it for most of my life, but once I started listening to it and I see, it has changed my whole life. It has changed my whole life for the better. I feel so blessed that I was able to connect with my higher consciousness, connect with spirit, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Like, I didn't even know what I wanted to call it at that point, you know. I didn't know if it was like God or spirit or the, you know, I felt silly saying those things. I felt weird saying those things. Like, it's so new to me. It was so foreign, you know what I mean? And now that I'm allowing myself to believe and to listen in and to do it, all these things come so naturally. Like, it's just such a beautiful, beautiful experience, you know? And this is why I want to document it, so you guys can see a real life story about the beginning of awakening and spirituality and all that. And from what I've been told, people wake up at different points in their life. Some people wake up when they're 2 years old, you know, and some people wake up in their 70s, in their 80s. Some people never wake up. So I feel fortunate enough that in my 30s, in my life here on earth, I'm able to wake up and listen in to the energies, to the divine, to spirit, to the universe, to God. It feels so good to be connected to God, you know. But it's like anything else. I compare it to going to the gym every day. You gotta be disciplined. You gotta meditate. You gotta relax. You gotta love yourself. You gotta make time to listen in and to be fully honest with yourself about who you are, you know, and love yourself with all that is you, you know, with all your faults, with all your imperfections, with all your bitchy attitudes, with sometimes there's been there's been times in life where I've been a bitch. Sometimes there's been times in life where I've been a punk. Sometimes there's been times in life where I was scared. Sometimes there's been time in life where I did the wrong thing, you know, and stole and hurt other people. You gotta love yourself and be honest with yourself with all of that. All of that. And don't forget the good things about yourself, you know. About me, I feel like I'm a healer. Like, I'm here to spread a light, to spread my experiences, and to give people hope, and to let you know that you are the shit. Like, we are the shit. We are the ones. Like, you know, we need to love ourselves. We need to have the same sympathy for ourselves that we have for other people that we see hurting, you know. We have a responsibility to ourselves, to take care of ourselves, to love ourselves, to want the best for ourselves, to feel that we deserve it, you know. And this is what spirituality is all about, you know. loving yourself no matter what, and always loving and expanding that love and being better, like that's what it's all about, and being grateful for everything. Like, I don't care if you're a homeless person, you still got something to be grateful for. If you got your 2 hands, your 2 feet, your vision, your lungs, your health, you can be thankful for all of that. You can be thankful for the trees that grow, that give us the oxygen we breathe. You can be thankful for everything. That's what I'm trying to say. And once you start being thankful for everything, that's when everything starts changing. And when you believe that what you want is coming and that you deserve it, And I'm at the beginning of this, and I do ask God for help with my finances, with my abundance, because I've always been a person that had a bad relationship with money, because I felt like money was the root of all evil, and I was totally wrong. And I had that belief since I was little, and I think it was because my mom and my dad always like had money issues, or they'll talk negatively when it comes to money. So I figure money cause problems, like if there wasn't no money, like we'll just be okay. Like if there was just no money in the world, then we'll be okay. I was totally wrong, because money is just money. Money is a means of trade for experiences and things that we need to feel comfortable. So now I'm learning to train my subconscious to have a really good relationship with money. For me and money are friends. For me and money to be amorous. To me and money to be a good team, to help other people, to help ourselves, to be happy, to be positive. You know what I mean? That's what I'm training myself with money. And that's why I wanted to document it too, because I'm making it a point to meditate every single day. Like, go to the backyard and I do my cannabis and all that, because it helps me. I'm in the Bay Area. I grew up in San Francisco. Like, I mean, what do you expect, But anyways, it helps me a lot. It helps me quite a lot, especially to connect with spirit and God. And I guess, and you don't need that, that's just me. But I go outside, I go to my backyard, and then I start putting my meditation music on my YouTube, and I start to listen in, or I start looking around and documenting and writing down my experiences. And then I thank God for everything that I have, and I have my little chat with God, and I thank Him for everything. And then I affirm that I already have my house. My house is already coming to me right now. My money is already coming to me right now. My new business venture is coming to me right now. And I say it like that, with that much like enthusiasm, that much belief, And yeah, that's what I've been doing, and that's where I'm at. And I've seen positive changes in my attitude, like in my emotional state. But I'm gonna be honest, and I still have, like, I would say, like, financial troubles, but like I have good credit. I have credit cards. I'm in credit card debt, yes, but we can pay those off or whatever. I just came back from a vacation in Mexico, so I feel kind of anxiety over paying for that, because that trip was like just thinking about it makes my neck hurt. Was like $3,000 to $4,000, and then my boss is tripping because I went on that trip. So my job situation is not that secure right now. So right now I'm like just asking God for help and for His guidance and for His love to put me on my true path, and where my health and financial abundance lies, and where my happiness lies, and where my sweet life lies. So yeah, this is a video about all of that, and I'll be posting updates, about how my life is changing, if it's even changing at all, but I just wanted to document this because I need to get this out there. I need for me to have a record of this magic that's occurring in my life, and I just wanted to share it with those that want they want to know, they want to see it, almost damn near almost live in the flesh, but not quite, but as close as we're gonna get right now until we meet, friends, if we ever do get together of some type. But yeah, and so I'm just really happy I shared that now, and I'm really happy that I followed through to make this video, even if it's my third time, because I was having technical difficulties. In the future I might buy a camera, but right now I just can't because finances are not the best. But they will be. They will be, and I know it's coming, and I know it's happening, and I'm excited for you guys to see it and for me to see it. Yeah, so if you guys have any other questions or anything like that, feel free to leave comments down below. Please, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, look at me sounding like a YouTuber, but that's important for us to grow, you know. And like I mentioned, my Instagram is lifewithjoy88. If you guys want to follow me on there too. Let me see if it like focuses somehow. Oh, sorry for moving it. But anyways, you'll find me there. I'll post it down below as well. But yeah, feel free to follow me, and thank you guys for being here with me today. Thank you for following through all the way to the end. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. It feels good to be heard. It feels good to vent. It feels good to express yourself and talk about the things that mean a lot to me, you know, especially these type of things that are not like quite like the norm, and some people don't know really how to even handle it. You know. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you again. It means so much to me, and I will be posting and updating you guys soon. Okay, so you guys have a blessed day. Have a blessed rest of your life. And until the next one, okay, I love you guys. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye.